Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, October 14, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. New Orleans Pelicans vs Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks conclude their NBA preseason on Friday with a visit to the New Orleans Pelicans. Atlanta is 2-1 in the preseason following its 105-99 loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers on Wednesday night. Atlanta had opened its preseason with a pair of victories over the Milwaukee Bucks before losing to Cleveland. Atlanta will open its regular season on Wednesday at home against the Houston Rockets. In Atlanta's most recent loss to Cleveland, the leading scorer for Atlanta was Dejounte Murray with 17 points, while John Collins scored 15 points and Trae Young added 14 points. With the addition of Murray, Atlanta is expected to compete with Miami for the Southeast Division title, as long as possible injuries to Murray, Young, Collins and Clint Capella do not cause one more to miss an extended period of time. New Orleans is likely to be without stars Zion Williamson due to a sprained ankle, and the Pelicans also have 3 other players from the starting 5, Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas and Larry Nance Jr., that are likely to miss this matchup. Therefore, the advantage here goes to the Atlanta Hawks, who only have Clint Capella, Aaron Holiday and Bogdan Bogdanovic listed as day-to-day. Our team pick is Atlanta Hawks win. The New Orleans Pelicans look for their 4th victory of the preseason when hosting the Atlanta Hawks on Friday. New Orleans is 3-1 following its 120-103 loss to the Miami Heat on Wednesday. New Orleans stars Zion Williamson turned an ankle in the loss to Miami and is likely to sit out the final game of the preseason for New Orleans on Friday. Willy Hernangomez was the leading scorer for New Orleans in the loss. Zion Williamson played only 11 minutes before hurting his ankle, but scored 11 points. CJ McCollum, who is expected to be one of the leading scorers for New Orleans this season, scored just 3 points in 8 minutes on 1-for-7 shooting. Brandon Ingram continues to suffer from a sore left toe and did not play, nor did Larry Nance Jr., Jonas Valanciunas or Dyson Daniels. Our total pick is over 200.5 points. Utah Jazz vs Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks will conclude their NBA preseason on Friday with a visit to the Utah Jazz. Dallas is 1-1 in the preseason following a 110-105 loss to the Orlando Magic last Friday. The leading scorer for Dallas was Christian Wood with 23 points, but the Mavericks shot only 43.2% and were out-rebounded by Orlando 52-35. Luka Doncic scored 16 points but only played 18 minutes. The addition of Christian Wood, who led Houston in scoring last season, will give Dallas plenty of firepower on offense to go along with Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Spencer Dinwiddie and Reggie Bullock. The Mavericks have only one player, Davis Bertans, listed on their injury report, and Bertans is day-to-day with a knee problem. Dallas added to its strength during the offseason with the acquisition of Christian Wood, and the Mavericks are expected to battle for the Southwest title and finish with a competitive seeding in the Western Conference. Expect to see the starters for Dallas play extended minutes on Friday, and the Mavericks will use their much deeper roster to defeat the rebuilding Utah Jazz. Our team pick is Dallas Mavericks win. Utah completes its NBA preseason when hosting Dallas on Friday. Utah is 1-2 following its 111-104 loss to the San Antonio Spurs on Tuesday. The leading scorer for Utah was Lauri Markkanen with 18 points. Jordan Clarkson scored 12 points for Utah and Kelly Olynyk chipped in with 10 points. Offseason acquisition Colin Sexton scored just 7 points. Utah will go through a rebuilding process this season as the Jazz no longer have players such as Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert. The scoring is expected to come from Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton and veteran Rudy Gay. However, the Jazz are not expected to compete for the Northwest Division title and are not likely to reach the postseason this season. Our total pick is over 220.5 points. Golden State Warriors vs Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets conclude their NBA preseason on Friday with a visit to the Golden State Warriors. Denver is 2-2 following its 126-115 victory over the Clippers. Ish Smith was the leading scorer for Denver with 15 points. The Nuggets shot 54.0% overall and out-rebounded the Clippers 44-38. Denver's Nikola Jokic scored just 2 points but only played 16 minutes. Nikola Jokic is expected to be the leading scorer, rebounder and leader in assists again this season, but will have stars Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. back on the court after the two fully recovered from season-ending injuries of last season. Murray did not play versus the LA Clippers but is expected to see action in Denver's final preseason game against Golden State on Friday. This matchup on Friday could be a prelude to a Western Conference postseason battle, as both Denver and Golden State are expected to finish high in the conference standings next spring. Denver and Golden State are both quite healthy with players that have recovered from injuries. Look for a tight defensive struggle, with Golden State pulling away late to win and cover. Our team pick is Golden State Warriors win. Golden State improved to 3-1 in the preseason and will be playing its final game prior to the season opener when hosting Denver on Friday. Golden State defeated the Portland Trail Blazers 131-98 on Tuesday. Jeff Green was the leading scorer for Golden State with 20 points. The Warriors shot 50.8% overall and held Portland to 38.6% shooting. Golden State suspended Draymond Green for the season opener due to his altercation with Jordan Poole. Golden State is once again expected to compete with Phoenix for the Pacific Division title and is one of the favorites to repeat as the NBA champions. Golden State's injury list includes Andre Iguodala, who is out. 5 players are listed as day-to-day, including Stephen Curry, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Looney and Klay Thompson, but each one is expected to see action on Friday. Our total pick is under 210.5 points. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets will play their final game of the NBA regular season on Friday when visiting the Minnesota Timberwolves. Brooklyn is 1-2 during the preseason and is coming off a 107-97 victory over the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday night. Kyrie Irving was the leading scorer for Brooklyn with 23 points, while Nick Claxton grabbed a team-high 9 rebounds and Ben Simmons handed out a team-high 10 assists. The only notable player out injured for Brooklyn is TJ Warren, while Joe Harris, Seth Curry and Edmund Sumner are all listed as day-to-day. Harris is expected to be part of the starting 5 for Brooklyn this season, while Curry will be one of the first off the bench. Brooklyn shot an impressive 51.2% overall in its victory against Milwaukee on Wednesday. Kevin Durant scored 19 points and dished out 8 assists for the Nets. Minnesota will be one very competitive this season, as the Timberwolves have a trio of young stars that includes Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards and D'Angelo Russell. In addition, Minnesota has added the NBA's best rebounder Rudy Gobert, who will join a young and talented group that will make plenty of noise in the Western Conference. Our team pick is Minnesota Timberwolves win. Minnesota will also complete its preseason schedule on Friday when hosting Brooklyn. The Timberwolves are 4-0 following a 118-113 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers on Wednesday. Minnesota has defeated the Lakers twice during this preseason, while the Timberwolves also have victories over Miami and the Clippers. Naz Reid was the leading scorer and rebounder for Minnesota with 22 points and 13 rebounds. Anthony Edwards scored 13 points versus the Lakers, and off-season acquisition Rudy Gobert grabbed a team-high 12 rebounds. Minnesota has several players listed as day-to-day on their injury list, with the most notables being Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. Both will be members of the starting 5 for Minnesota and are expected to be ready for the season opener next week. Our total pick is over 215.5 points.